Oh, you're back. Good. You know, Newton's first law is often called the law of inertia. It talks about bodies at rest and bodies in motion. But we're not talking human bodies. We're talking objects, things, stuff, like my favorite helicopter Igor here. The technical definition goes something like this. A body in motion at a constant speed will remain in motion at that speed unless acted upon by an outside force. A body at rest will remain at rest unless acted upon by an outside force. Piece of cake, right? No? Well, let's look at it this way. Say I take a ride in a spaceship to some faraway galaxy. I'm zipping through space at about 10,000 miles an hour, and there's nothing to slow me down, like the atmosphere or gravity of a nearby planet. When my engine finally runs out of fuel, how long will I stay at that speed? Forever. Back here on Earth, in the car, I'm a body in motion, and I've got inertia. But if I slam on the brakes... Sorry, man, you okay? I'm acted on by this outside force in the form of this seatbelt. Keeps me from going through the windshield. In a jet, we have seatbelts just like in your car, only a lot more of them. It's because we're moving faster, we have a lot more inertia, requiring a lot more outside force to stop you. Well, so far we've looked at the seatbelts you use in your car when you're doing 40 miles an hour, and the ones we use in the aircraft when you're doing 200 miles an hour. Well, what kind of seatbelt would you use when you're traveling at 17,000 miles an hour? Well, that's how fast you have to go to escape Earth's gravitational pull and achieve orbit. In the early days of the space program, scientists had no idea on how to attack that problem. So they built sled tracks like this one. One here at the Dryden Flight Research Center at Edwards Air Force Base, and the other one at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico. There they conducted tests associated with the rapid accelerations and decelerations associated with the space program. They put a man on a rocket sled and shot him at over 400 miles an hour. And then using a water trap, they abruptly stopped the sled. Oh man, that hurts. Nah, just kidding. That was a dummy they fired first. But Colonel Paul Stapps volunteered for the human testing. And while he survived numerous negative G tests, he said that when the sled jerked to a stop, it felt like his eyes had popped right out of their sockets. All of these, the car, the jet, the rocket sled, they demonstrate how the law of inertia works, each one just a bigger example of the other. So let's review the first law again. A body in motion at a constant speed will remain in motion at that speed unless acted upon by an outside force. A body at rest will remain at rest unless acted upon by an outside force. Okay, got it now? On to Newton's second law.